What's going on, YouTube? I'm back with another video. Today we got another video, the downfall of hip hop. You know, people been saying hip hop is downfalling, so we're gonna do a reaction. We're gonna see what's going on. My name is Isaiah from the Isaiah Center Show. I'm the Minister of Information of the Brotherhood. If you want to join, the link is in the description. Let's jump straight into this. Let's see what's going on with hip hop, man. Or rap.
Rap music went 14 months without a single #1 song. And the only thing that fixed it was Drake dropping a record. Somebody who's been in the industry since 2009. The most recent moments where rap did break through in that window during the Kendrick and Drake beef were massive. But look at who was involved in that beef. Kendrick, Drake, Future, Metro Boomin. Every single person in that moment was already established over a decade ago. The genre's biggest cultural event in recent memory was built entirely on legacy acts. I saw a comment a while back that actually made a lot of sense. Somebody said what's happening to rap right now is the same thing that happened to Motown. Motown in the 60s was the sound of the whole country. The Supremes, Marvin Gaye, the Temptations, Stevie Wonder, the Jackson 5. That was the culture at one point, what people danced to, what they bought, what defined the era. It was the center of music for a point of time, and then it stopped being the center. Gradually over time, the formula that made Motown revolutionary started feeling predictable. Disco came in with different energy, and rock pulled audiences in a direction Motown couldn't follow. The new artists they signed couldn't replicate what made the originals work.
We gotta give Motown credit, because Motown was the first like black record label that really had like them hitters, bro. Motown had every top black artist on Motown, bro. That's when music was at its peak, bro, I swear.
And by the late 70s and into the 80s, Motown was a legacy brand. Still respected, still referenced, just not running through anything anymore. Now look at rap from the late 2000s through the mid 2010s. It's basically in the same position. Pop artists used to need a rap feature to have a #1 song. Everything culturally relevant was running through hip hop. It was the center of music the same way Motown was the center. And now that trap sound that defined that whole era that was once genuinely fresh has become a formula people are tired of. The biggest names from rap's peak are aging into legacy status, and new artists aren't filling that space at all.
That's true.
Motown didn't die, it just stopped driving the conversation, and history is pretty clear that once a genre loses that position, it almost never fully gets it back. The clearest sign that rap is plummeting as a genre is that it's not producing new stars that last. That pipeline is broken right now. Ice Spice is the most obvious example. The label push behind her was as big as it gets. A Taylor Swift feature, Nicki Minaj feature, everything lined up to make it work. And it had a decent little moment, but that was it. The moment came.
I don't think we can use Ice Spice as a good comparison for hip hop or rap. Ice Spice really not. Come on, bro. She not rapping about nothing. Even with the Taylor Swift feature, Ice Spice ain't. Come on, bro. I love Ice Spice. She a beautiful woman, but come on, bro. Her music ain't. She not gonna become a mega star and stay a mega star. Ice Spice music don't got enough substance. In order to like last longer in this rap game, you either gotta be super good like Future, like just with the melodies, with just as far as rapping, or you gotta be like have a core fan base like Kendrick Lamar or Drake, and you gotta drop hits consistently. Other than that, you're not gonna last, bro.
Up to make it work, and it had a decent little moment, but that was it. The moment came and went, and now it already feels like a while ago. The viral artists from 2024 and 2025 tell a similar story. Tommy Richmond with $1 Million Baby, Shabuzi, songs that were genuinely everywhere for a stretch. But the follow through into a real rap career wasn't there at all. And part of that is because those songs were genre blending to begin with. Part pop, part country influence, part R&B. They weren't really rap moments, even when they felt like rap adjacent moments. Now compare that to how the SoundCloud era worked. That era was chaotic, but it was a real star factory. XXX, Juice WRLD, Lil Uzi, Playboy Cardi, artists who built loyal fan bases that were willing to follow them behind a single song. And before that, the blog era gave us Drake, Cole, and Kendrick. Those pipelines actually worked. But now there are two things killing the current pipeline. The first is TikTok. Virality on
True.
TikTok is about the song, not the artist. A clip can get 1 billion plays and none of that translates into someone buying a ticket or showing up for an album. The platform is built for moments, not careers. An artist can have the biggest song in the world for 3 weeks and be completely forgotten by the next month because the algorithm already moved on.
So if I'm honest, I feel like the last hip hop era where it was like people was really rapping was the blog era. Like, you remember, you had freaking Kendrick, J. Cole. I put Drake in there. That era was the last era where we had real rappers. Like, real rappers. You know what I mean? Like, now we just got mumble rappers that just, I don't know, man. It's like the SoundCloud era, it was fun while it lasted, but it didn't produce real rappers, like rappers. I don't know. I feel like this new stuff is just pop. It just mumble pop,
And the second is the labels. They just stopped developing artists. They're trend chasing now. Find something going viral, sign it, try to get 1 or 2 more versions of that same hit before the buzz dies, then just move on. They're thinking about the quarter, not the culture. And that approach is hollowing out the genre's future in real time. And every time this conversation comes up, somebody brings up Cardi, Ken Carson, Yeet, Destroy Lonely, that whole rage scene. And that fan base for that stuff is real. They shows be rocking, but that's like mosh pit music. And mosh pit music has a ceiling. The rage scene is not primarily about the song.
Like Playboy Cardi, Yeet, and like Destroy Lonely, that's not hip hop, bro. That's like rock and roll. It's rock and roll music, basically. It's mosh pit music. It's not hip hop. I can't say it's hip hop.
It's about the aesthetic, the era, the specific visual identity that gets built around each album cycle. Look at how Cardi's career actually works. Dialect was one version. Whole Lotta Red was a completely different person. I Am Music, he was like a bootleg Lil Wayne Future. It's like the music almost doesn't matter as much as the experience being constructed around it. That motto builds a diehard niche, but it does not build mainstream dominance. The music is intensely difficult for a casual listener to get into. It's insular. It's for people already in on it, not for pulling new people in. And the chart numbers show that clearly. These artists have real fan bases, but their songs are not charting.
Get a hit! Get a hit!
The reach is deep but narrow, and that's actually what's happening to rap as a whole right now. It's splintering into a bunch of small subcultures.
True.
Rage, drill, melodic, conscious, each with their own fans in their own world. None of them are big enough individually to carry the genre's mainstream position the way trap did when trap was running everything. When a genre stops talking to everyone and starts only talking to itself, it's already on the way down. The system music operates in right now is working against rap specifically, and people aren't saying that directly enough. Streaming was incredible for hip-hop when it first took over. Rap's online audience made it the king of every platform immediately. But it came with a cost that took years to show up. It killed the event album. There used to be a moment around an album dropping. It was like an event. You waited for it and it meant something. Now music is a constant fire hose that never shuts off.
Yes, it's like hip-hop is just like, you don't have no pure rappers no more, bro. I'm not gonna lie, like when you mention Cardi and like this rage music, I ain't gonna lie, I mess with Playboy Cardi music. But I understand Playboy Cardi music's not hip hop. Like, bro, he got this song right here called freaking, oh my god, bro. He got this song right here on his I Am Music called Crank. Crank? Hey, this song right here, Cardi's a rock star. Like most of these rappers, they're rock stars. You know, you got a few rappers like J. Cole, Kendrick that's really rapping and staying true to the, art form. But other than that, bro, these rappers, they put on an AOA, they put on a trap beat, and they talk about lean, drugs, and women. They're not talking about nothing. The reason why these rappers are not mainstream, these songs are not going number one, is because like it's not. It don't got no substance. You gonna have Drake have his number ones, but Drake ain't talking about nothing either. Hell, I don't know, man.
An artist drops a 20-song album on Friday, and by Tuesday is already buried under 100 other releases. In 2025, only 43% of streams in the US were for music released in the last 5 years. People are streaming the classics more than the new stuff, which means the new rapper today isn't just competing with other new rappers. They're competing with their own genres catalog from 20 years ago. Rap right now is being held up by a handful of people who built their fan bases in a completely different era. Drake, Kendrick, Travis Scott, J. Cole, these are artists who came up before TikTok and social media ran everything. Before the streaming fire hose got this out of control, and before attention spans got shattered the way they are now. They built real fan bases the old way, and they've been living off that foundation ever since. But the question nobody wants to answer directly is what happens when those guys are just done. Right. Drake can't carry the charts forever. J. Cole has already been pulling back. The biggest rap moment of the 2020s was a beef between two men who have been in the industry for over a decade each. And in 2025, the veterans were still the ones keeping rap relevant at the top of the charts. When those artists step away, there is nobody with that combination of commercial power and cultural weight ready to take their place. The system and algorithm isn't producing artists of that scale anymore. And when the people holding everything up are gone, what's underneath them right now isn't ready to hold the weight. Genres have recovered before. Rock looked finished in the early 2000s. R&B went through a real deal death period before it reinvented itself. So it's not impossible, but a real recovery requires a new sound that pulls in a broad audience.
We need these rappers to take their time on their albums and actually create art. You going in the studio talking about lean, drugs, and women, it's not hip hop, bro. You know, you guys, I don't believe drill music is hip hop. If you talking about murder and killing people all day, I don't mess with it, bro. We need to get to bars. You people, read a book, brother. Read a book, brother. Before you make your next rap song, read a book, then make the rap song. Like we have to start holding these artists accountable, bro. Like mid skip. Nah, for real. That whole Drake album was mid skip. We're not talking about nothing, bro. And like he said, this TikTok era is messing up hip hop in general, bro. Y'all, bro, I seen freaking y'all remember Steve Lacy made that one song, I Wish I Knew I Wanted You. People only knew the TikTok part. They didn't even know the whole song. Y'all not gonna stream my bro music? Y'all just gonna listen to the TikTok part? It's like TikTok is destroying everything. These rappers are not even trying. And these labels, it's like, bro, back in the day, you had to be really good to be on the radio. They didn't want to just let anybody on the radio, bro. We had 50 Cent, Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas. You had people, rappers, hip-hop, Jada Kiss, Lauryn Hill. You feel me? Like, people actually rapping. Ain't no, Tupac, Biggie. Like, these brothers was rapping. Now we got Lil Uzi, Yee, Playboi Carti, Future. We got this Canadian guy from Canada. He think he a gangster. Like it's just sad, man. I don't know, bro. We need to hold these rappers accountable, G.
Not just people who already follow rap. It requires new artists who can carry the genre's mainstream weight the way that legacy acts did. And it requires something that feels genuinely urgent again. Music that feels like it actually has something to say beyond just existing. None of that is in place right now. And until it is, the market share is going to keep dropping. And the legacy acts are going to keep being the ones holding everything together. And the genre is going to keep being one Drake single away from disappearing from the top of the charts entirely.
Yeah, that's true, man. We need more rap purists, man. Y'all need to start reading books, read a dictionary, get some diction in your life, Learn some diction, learn words, learn how to, do a double entendre, triple entendre. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Rap is dead, rap is dying. That's my opinion. Y'all go like, share, just subscribe to this video. I'm out, man.